What's up guys, MJGB here, bringing you another Call of Duty gameplay commentary. Today we're playing some team deathmatch with the AK-47, and I'm running the spy plane, counter spy plane and napalm. The score is quite good considering I only use those low tier kill streaks, so hopefully you'll enjoy it, and it gives you a break from the Gun Game Chronicles series which I'm doing. So you're getting quite a bit of that at the minute as I try and work my way through it, but I thought I'd just offer you something a little different just in case it was getting a bit stale for you. Now, I've not uploaded a video in about a week or so, which is a bit unusual, as I've tried to do 2 or 3 a week since I started this channel, but because I've been staying at my girlfriend's house last week, I've not been able to have access to my Xbox, my PVR, my microphone, so I wasn't able to do any videos. But now I'm back home, I'm back with my gadget, so hopefully you'll be able to listen to my boring, inane chatter. Now, happy Easter, first and foremost, because today is Easter Sunday. I hope everybody's getting lots of chocolate eggs and stuff. But today I was meant to be working as a roofer, doing a bit of a roofing job, but due to an issue with the supplier, they didn't deliver the materials, so without the materials you can't do the job. Because it's Easter Sunday, it's like a holiday, so the suppliers aren't open, and we can't get the materials, so I lost out on a day's work, which, for this day's work I would have made enough to buy 2 full retail games in the UK, so it's a fair amount of money that I've missed out on, which is a bit of a bummer, but hopefully I'll be able to work again tomorrow. Now, this got me thinking about today's topic of discussion, jobs and the working life. Now, I've never had a real job before, which may surprise some people. I've had a few jobs, but none of them are real, consistent jobs. I'm only 18, so you can kind of understand why I've not had a real job. I'm still in full-time education, but it's still a bit of a strange fact when you hear somebody say, I've never had a job. So, my first experience of working life came when I was about 14 years old, because in the UK, we have something called work experience, which is when you're in year 10 or about 14 years old. You spend a week out of school working for a company, to get experience of what it's like to be in a working environment. So I got shipped off to a random company to do a bit of free labour for a week. Now, because I'm a lucky bugger, I got picked to do the pension service, which is the most boring place you can imagine, and it is exactly as boring as you can actually think. So I spent all my days on a phone line with one of the women who works there, listening to old women declare, oh, but I deserve more money because he's not living with me, we're just having sex. That's like the most creepy thing you can hear when you're just there, because at 14 years old, I didn't have anything to do with all that. I wasn't with girlfriends or anything. I'm just there as a little child, scared of the fact that all these old women were talking about sex. It was proper creepy. My next bit of working life was in 2008, because over the summer, in the transition from school to college, I worked for my uncle's finance company, because he's the director of a large property finance company, and I took over their admin duties, because they needed somebody to do, filing, photocopying, that sort of thing, for the summer, because the woman who worked there left, and they didn't want to get a full-time person until the following September. So I had a couple of months working there, so it was like 12 weeks, 9 hours a day, 5 days a week. Photocopying, Facebooking. You'll have heard me talk about this in my Mac versus PC, because that was the job where I saved up the money for the MacBook. And it made me realise how dull it is working in an office. It is really quite dull. It was also annoying because everyone was like much older than me, so they didn't really have anything in common, because at the time I was 15, they were all in the 40s, so I couldn't really... They were all talking about, oh, do you remember that band from the 80s? And it's like, no, I wasn't born. I'd still not even... I probably wasn't even a sperm, because that gets created. I don't even know why I'm waffling on about sperm, especially that's creepy. Moving swiftly on, I did a 2-day working stint for the large UK retailer Next, who is basically a big clothesline. And I worked during their summer sale, which is the most horrendous 48 hours of my life. Basically, I worked the day before the sale, 2 PM until 11 PM. 9-hour shift. Because I didn't know who the boss was, I didn't get a break. I just worked through my breaks, 9 hours, and then my boss turned up from nowhere and went, right, tomorrow I want you in at 4:30. So I had 5 hours barely to go home, sleep, wake up, and return to this store, which is in my town, so it was like a 30-minute walk. It was just horrible. And then I spent another 9-hour shift helping people when it's on the busiest day, sat on the till, and just to tell you how busy it is, the first, say, 5 or 6 women who came into the store spent about £700, which in dollars is about $900. It was a ridiculous amount of money, and it was just a horrible working experience. Now, finally, I do a bit of roofing now and again, and I'm doing it tomorrow, doing it Tuesday. I was meant to be doing it today. The days are long, the labour's hard, it's painful, I ache. You don't really get many breaks because you've obviously got to keep on working, doing all the work, and the sort of job involves carrying, like, say, a ton of tiles onto the roof over the course of a day. So it is very strenuous on your body and mentally, because if you're not mentally prepared for it, then you're not going to be able to physically do it. Because if you think, oh, I can't carry this, it'll get heavier, you'll feel a lot more down, and you need to be very much focused on the job because it is a tough job. Now, the guys who I work with are very good guys. The guys who, they're your typical men. You can have a bit of banter with them. So we can talk about women, we can talk about football, we can take the mick out of each other. Basically, they are exactly the opposite of anybody else who I've ever worked with. So, whereas working at Next or working at the finance company, that was a lot easier than this roofing job and stuff. But the people who I worked with weren't as fun. Whereas when I work with these guys, even though the work is hard, I enjoy it. I actually love this job because I'm working with people who I can get on with. They basically make the working life less of a chore and more something that I look forward to. Because I look forward to spending time with them. I'm carrying tiles up, but we're having a laugh about one of the guys being a fat bastard. Or we'll mock this guy because of his taste in women or something like that. So it's just having a good old chat, getting through the working day as best as we can. So, guys, let me know what nightmare jobs you've had, what you've had to endure. Maybe you're still enduring it now. Maybe you found the job that you enjoy and you really love, because I know people like Hutch and Cnanners, they're basically living the dream. They're working for a games, like, I guess you could call Machinima a games company, and they're doing something they love in order to make money. So let me know, guys. Hopefully you've got something positive to tell me about. And until next time, guys, please do take care. And once again, Happy Easter.